What's up guys, Terry F Gaming here. Today we're going to be talking about the Euro 2020 DLC released by Konami. Well, if you can call it a DLC, but you know Konami, you know PES. I'm not surprised. I think I even said in my video a couple weeks ago that I wasn't really expecting much from this, especially with COVID. You know, PES will use any excuse they can, but I just didn't expect much, and that's kind of what we got. We didn't really get much for the DLC, but I will be talking about it, playing a game, showing some of the stuff. For anyone new to the channel, thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy the content, please consider liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. I post realistic Master League content. I also do Become a Legend, which should be coming soon. So if you like that kind of stuff, I also play full manual, and I've been playing PES since 2005. You know, we're talking 6 maybe. PES 5, PES 6. It's kind of when I came on. I think PES 4 was the first one I played, but I played every PES since then. Obviously, I love the game, but I definitely think it deserves to be criticized sometimes, if not just Konami as a company. And this is one of those times. But let's go into the DLC. So what do we get? We get the... Let's switch over actually. Alright, so looking at the DLC, I'm in edit mode here. We get some more countries, I believe. I'm pretty sure we got more countries. I don't think we had teams like Andorra before. We have a ton of new faces. I think 137 in total. I'm just gonna show a couple. Obviously, I won't take too long, but I'll show some of the ones I'm kind of excited about. Ukraine got some really good faces. Berda, young center back from Dynamo Kiev. He's in. Matvienko from Shakhtar. I think Shakhtar Donetsk, the Ukrainian side, got like 5 or 6 players. So you got Matvienko, Butko, Mikolenko. I think Malinovsky from Atalanta got one. This is a big one. Pretty good player. And let me think. I know Yaremchuk. Some of the cool faces I saw around that I was just a bit excited about as well. Fiorentina's star man this season, Castrovilli, a phenomenal dribbler. Really good player. Really good midfield player. He got a face, which is really good. Love to see that. One thing PES does well is I think standout players do get their faces more often than not during the season. Another example of that is actually Domingos Duarte from Granada, who's been brilliant this season for the Spanish outfit. There he is, Domingos Duarte. He has a face as well. I will say I'm happy to see that Kabak, the young Turkish center back from Schalke, got a face. There he is. Very good face. PES's faces are so good. I just wish they would fix some of the really outdated ones and just give some more guys faces. But regardless, there's also Steven Gerrard and Paul Gascoigne. For the British fans, if you play online, my club, they're now legends you can get. In terms of your option file, what can happen? What's messed up? Always with data packs, you never know what's going to happen. So first things first, the Bundesliga was messed up for me, but none of the players. When I updated it, however, I only picked update national squads. So I didn't want to mess with the club teams at all. So with that, what happened is the Bundesliga got rearranged. Some of those teams went to other teams Europe, which is how it starts when you get PES right out the box. So I just had to move those teams back, move the other European teams back into their league. Also, I can see that the J League for me has been messed up. You're going to see a lot of teams from the AFC Champions League in here. I haven't fixed this yet, but this should be a pretty easy fix. It's just sending the J League teams back into Japan and getting these other Asian clubs into other clubs Asia. What's happened here as well, it seems like the 3 Thai clubs that were relegated, because I know their season runs on a different timeline, they have now been put in other clubs Asia. I do not think this was the case before the data pack, but if it was, let me know. I think they've done better with that. I think a couple years ago, data packs could just completely destroy your option file. Now, if you got it from a good editor who used the right players to put them on Bundesliga teams and things like that and didn't create a bunch of new players, you shouldn't have any duplicates or too many, and things should be fairly fine. All right, so let's just get into the tournament here. I just want to show you the tournament before I hop into a friendly game. But let's just play with Ukraine. They have a bunch of new faces. It'd be great if I got the, if I happen to get the, which stadium is it? The Zenit Stadium. But here's the intro. There's a song that goes with this. I have all the music off for copyright stuff on YouTube. But it's a pretty cool intro. Obviously, it's the official Euro intro. There's Turkey 2008. If you remember Turkey in 2008. Semi-Sen Turk. What a tournament that was. Euro 2008 was a lot of fun. That's when Spain really started their dominance. But Turkey was phenomenal. Late goal after late goal in that tournament. But there's the intro. pretty fun, standard. And, you know, we get the backdrop. It looks nice. I'm just going to go forward here. Let's see if we happen to be playing at... Oh, no, you're on Court Arena playing the Dutch in the first game. It's so weird, right? In the international tournaments are usually very exciting in PES for me. You can kind of feel what's going on in real life. But because there's nothing, the attachment to it is not the same. But I think fans are holding up scarves. That's definitely new. That is definitely new. Is it? Now I'm like not so sure. Maybe not. Maybe not. But there's the Ukraine side. There is, what's his name? Yevhen Konoplyanka. I like the little animation with the bouncing ball at the front, at the bottom of the screen, sorry. Definitely fun. All right, last thing we'll do really quickly, I'll get out of the tournament here, is we're going to go look at the Zenit Stadium. I don't think we get the view from outside the stadium. We do not. We do not. That's only reserved for like Bayern, I feel. Bayern has it, Schalke has it. Where you get the new camp, of course. I think Old Trafford might have it. I'm not sure. But still looks good. Still looks good. Listen, more stadiums are always welcome in PES. There are the two sides coming out, Sweden and Russia. The Euros are going to be really interesting next year. I think Norway, and that's the team I actually want to play my Euro playthrough with. Norway are going to be very interesting. Odegaard with another year at La Real. Another year for Haaland in the Bundesliga. I don't think he's going anywhere this summer. Those two could be really world class by next year. So very interesting to see how they can do. I think they still have to qualify though. I haven't really been up on my Euro qualification stuff. COVID happened and everything went haywire. I want to get into some of the bigger issues I have with the DLC on the whole. And kind of, you know, some questions for Konami. We all like PES. We root for PES. We want PES to do better. We want PES to be what it was 15 years ago. And the potential is still there, man. Even in some of these broken games, there's just so much good in it. It makes you think, man, if they just tweaked 3 things, this might be the perfect football game. So I get it. I get the criticisms. I'm not as heavy as some of the other people, but I fully get it. Taking on Cristiano Ronaldo. That was here before the DLC. But let's take on Ronaldo in Portugal here, and let's check out Wembley Stadium. Excited to have Wembley in the game. Do you think in Master League it's going to change to Wembley when there's an FA Cup final? Highly doubt it, knowing PES, but you never know. So, one thing that's disappointing for me with this DLC is that we do not have any qualifying, it seems. So, you give us the tournament, you give us all the extra teams, but you can't even like you can't qualify for the tournament and go through that long journey. You have to just start in the tournament. But wow, Wembley looks phenomenal right now. I'm gonna give you credit for this. This looks really good. Wow. So you see the new overlays in terms of the graphics on the screen. Beglet and Drury there. Obviously official tournament overlays. That looks really good. On the field, we have the graphics as well. It's so strange talking about this considering that, you know, none of this happened. Coronavirus completely kills everything. Unfortunately, it's so like Konami to get the DLC in the year of the coronavirus. And I would not be shocked if for some reason the contract explicitly states that was only for 2020 and that next year FIFA gets it or something like that. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. All right, so here's the deal. Konami gives us a DLC. We get some cool faces, some lesser known players, so I don't think people are going to be very excited about it. But obviously for the smaller nations, it's pretty cool. The tournament itself is nothing different from the regular Euro Cup that you could play basically when you start the game. I think the patches of the tournament logo are not even on... Ooh, Jean-Felix almost gets in there. The patches for the tournament logos, I believe, are not even on the shirts. And let's just make sure that's true, because I fully believe it is. Yeah, there's no Euro 2020 patch. So that is whatever, right? That's something very basic that you would expect to see to add authenticity. The scoreboard overlays are nice, and it's cool to see some different graphics. But if you're on PC, that's absolutely nothing to you. You can have that at any time. Not to mention, as Sterling looks to free Rashford here, that should be a foul. It's not going to be called. So the referees aren't any better as well. But when it comes to the overlays I'm talking about, what they need to do, and I'm going to make a video about my Master League wishes for 2021. That said, there's another video I'm going to have to make, because I think sounds like there may not be a PES 2021. There might just be a update to PES 2020. So we will talk about what that would mean. And Bruno Fernandes scores. But the overlays, there you saw the nice graphic there transitioning between the scenes. Obviously the replay thing is different. The overlays are really nice and cool, but this is something they could put in the game standard from the beginning and allow us to edit. When you play on PC, obviously you can edit everything and get the Premier League overlays, La Liga overlays, all the official stuff. And the thing is, while I would love to have the exact overlays, and I think I'll be playing on PC next year, so hopefully we'll see all that good stuff on the channel. But while obviously getting the exact overlays would be great, if they just allowed us to change the color, that alone could add so much to Master League. Just let it change the color scheme of the overlays based on the tournament. That's it. Champions League, I can make it blue, or blue and purple, blue and light blue. For La Liga, I can do the kind of gold and kind of the weird thing La Liga has. I don't know, the branding's odd. Premier League, obviously we have the new Premier League rebranding that happened a couple years ago. You got pink, you got light blue. Definitely you can dress it up to make it look closer to the league, and so much of PES happens in the edit mode. So I really hope, even if it's PES 2021 is just some kind of update, that we get something like that implemented in the game. But this DLC, it's kind of pointless, right? We get the DLC. I guess they had to put it out. They didn't promote it at all, really. I already had a bad feeling when I realized they weren't putting out faces, they weren't doing much. We got the tournament ball, which I'll just show you really quickly here. Where is the tournament football? There it is. Obviously, very nice. We won't see it till next year. I wonder if they'll redo a new ball. Probably not, because the marketing's already set. So, yeah. So, outside of that, you know, getting the teams, but no tournament, annoying and pointless. I'm being honest. Like, in terms of the tournament, what I mean is qualifying, right? It would have been fun to take Andorra and literally try to qualify for the Euros. I can just go to the final tournament, and that is disappointing. The no boots, so no new boots. I'm a sucker for new boots. Some people may not care, but I like it. It adds something a little extra to the game. They didn't add it. Now, I think there's supposed to be a DLC as Sterling comes in here. Rashford, winning. I think there's supposed to be another DLC coming end of this month, so we'll see what happens there. But a lot of the big players were not updated. Inigo Martinez still has a really bad face. Odegaard hasn't been updated. Little things like that are just annoying when I feel like it would be so easy for them to do. But Konami have been taking shortcuts for years when the fan base has just been calling out for certain things. It's just the nature of the game. So yeah, I mean, these overlays are nice. You know, having the official tournament, I guess, is nice. But I do wonder, you know, they pay all this money for things like this. That's the thing. They pay this money. Konami does not have the money or the resources or the market share that FIFA and EA have. So, when you're paying for things like this, I know obviously you want to appeal to the average fan, especially with something like the Euros, you know, saying that you have the official game of the Euros, had it been on, would have been a big deal. But they pay this money and then they don't do much with it. And I have to bring up 2016 because in 2016, this is exactly what they did with the Euro DLC. Pretty much nothing. And they didn't have the Corona excuse or anything then. Which is why I feel as if, honestly, even without Corona, this still would have been pretty underwhelming. Maybe better marketing from Konami. That's a good pass from Rashford. Sancho! Ah, poor first touch. As always in PES. Ooh. Rashford, good job. Anyway, yeah. So, kind of disappointing. You know, they're spending this money on stuff like this. I would rather them keep the money and develop something else or put something else into the game. I have no idea, obviously, how this stuff works. But the DLC is at worst bad and at best meh. That's the thing. There's just so little done. You know, if you had given a army of PC modders a week with stadiums, players, you know, player faces, boots, etc., the entire tournament, they would have done an incredible job. Even giving us more generic stadiums could have been something, but I don't know what it is, man. There's just such a communication problem coming out of Konami to the fans. I don't know if it's a translation issue from Japan to the Western world, but so many things that fans call for we're just not getting, and it's a shame. Now, that said, I'm still going to play this. We're going to do a tournament. I'm going to play probably multiple teams. I'm kind of excited to do it, something a bit different from Master League. So I will be doing that soon. I just want to give you my thoughts on the DLC as it stands right now. Not much. You know, maybe there'll be some kind of update, but I doubt it. The tournament didn't happen. Konami just kind of had to get this out, it seems. Don't forget, this was even delayed. This was actually delayed from the original date, which off the top of my head, I cannot remember right now. But yeah, people are frustrated right now on Twitter. I'm seeing some comments about it. But I'm like, I didn't expect much. It's kind of been their MO with things like this. It's more about show than anything concrete. And like I said, I do not notice any gameplay changes at all. But I will definitely let you know as I play more and see if there's any differences. But the faces are cool, I guess. And I'll play a Euro tournament. A bit of escape. But again, Konami, just not good enough. Not good enough if you really want to challenge FIFA. And considering PES 2021, that's gonna be another video. I have to talk about that, because if it doesn't come out and it's just an update to PES 2020, it could not be a bad thing. And I'll talk to you about that in the next video. Well, not the next video, but the next kind of news video I do. PES 2014 is something I want to talk about, because that's where we had issues with the new engine and stuff like that. There are rumors floating around, which I definitely want to talk about. But I will not leave before I take this free kick. It's gonna be Trent. It is Trent. Let's see what Trent can do. Ooh, quite close. Quite close indeed. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, take care. I mean, take care regardless. If you enjoyed it, let me know. I hope everyone's doing well there. Crazy times in the world right now. I'm glad that people are speaking up about everything that's going on. We have a lot to work on as a society, but we're not going to get better until there's awareness for everything. But yeah, stay safe. Corona is still going around, so make sure you're staying safe. Make sure your family's safe. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.